carburetor issue, so I'll let it warm up for a minute. A little bit of right now. This is Jim. I live in Texas, and I'm trying yet another new microphone. I actually have two microphones in the helmet tonight. I almost put three in because I have. What I did was I ordered a microphone from the Drift Ghost. I used it with an adapter on my Drift HD because my homemade mics were just not cutting it. So hopefully this will give us a good experience. I had to kind of MacGyver it for you guys because the battery on my Drift died. Now I had a backup battery, which of course I can't find. So what I've done is I've gotten one of these little portable batteries that are a little tube thing, and I've plugged that in and put the battery in my pocket with an extension, so it's really a MacGyver situation. I'm also being driven crazy by this lady who's living in my head. So what I want to do is I want to be able to listen to my stories while my bike warms up. But she keeps complaining about the intercom. What I'm wearing is my new Sena SMR 10B Bluetooth headset and microphone arrangement. I bought it about a week or so. It came about a week or 10 days ago. And yesterday, Britex from San Antonio drove up here to Austin. We had lunch together, and he has one, so we were able to talk, and it worked. I was astounded at how well it worked. Actually, he was having some issues with, but mine worked great. I could hear him even when we were going fairly fast, even though this is a real noisy helmet. He could hear me too, but it's just my, apparently my volume was reduced in his unit. He's afraid that he got a bad firmware or something. I think I have the B model of this. He may have a little bit older one. So what's going on? The Heart of Texas Rally unique bonus is coming up this weekend. Heart of Texas Rally is always a big deal to me. You know, I've been running, I think this will be my 5th year. The first or second year, Trenneth ran it with me, and we actually tied for 3rd, but I made a mistake on my paperwork, and they knocked off a couple of points, so he actually finished 3rd, and I finished 4th. Out of only about 7 or 8 riders. Well, over the last few years, the things have ballooned into a huge event. Now they've got like at least 4 people who are Iron Butt Rally veterans. There's no way I can win, but I just want to finish. And the way the rally works is the actual rally is on April 26th. But he has the rally master, James, gives you the chance to earn some extra points by performing what he calls the unique bonus, where he picks a location somewhere in the bit of water there. He picks a location somewhere in the state of Texas. Technically, he says it's within 350 miles of Brady, which is the center of Texas. But you plot that on Google and you see it's the whole state. And it gives you a clue of something to look for and take a picture of. And so you've got to figure that out on your own. Then you've got basically 48 hours to go find it. If you can find it quicker, you get more points. Then when you get there and do the unique bonus, if you find that, you got to find it by noon on the 2nd day. You can text him or call him, and he'll give you a second bonus, which is double or nothing your points. But if you don't find the second one, then you lose everything. I'm not going to do the double or nothing, but I am going to do the unique bonus. And this is a kind of a pain point for me because I had that terrible accident last year coming back from the unique bonus. Last year the unique bonus was in Amarillo, which is almost 300 miles north of here. I rode up there, long day riding up there. Real heavily windy. If those of you who've been in Texas know the panhandle in the spring, it just gets hellacious wind. So I had a crap beat out of me finding it, and I was just finished. I was on the tail end of my big diet. I guess I had about I was still basically on the program. I'd eaten a little bit more, but I wasn't eating very much. So I got the bonus, got to Amarillo all right, stayed in the Big Tex Motel, and the next morning wanted to drive the 300 miles back to Austin. Well, it turns out with the amount of calories and the amount of sodium, because I was on kind of a low sodium deal,
And boy, my visor's totally fogged.
Uh, I actually got hypothermia and fell off the bike in fairly busy traffic in Abilene right in front of the cop. So I fell off the bike, busy spell. They said I fainted. I deny that. That's what they said. I think I just did a busy spell. But anyway, people came running from all over. The cop came screaming over. Before I know it, the ambulance is there. They won't let me get up. Finally, I convinced them I can get up. So I take the helmet off. I'm a little bit wobbly. Don't feel good at all. So I tell them, I'm just gonna go scupper that tree for a while until I feel better. I don't need this ambulance. And the paramedics were completely nuts. Started screaming at me to get in the damn ambulance. They needed to run that well. Probably, if I were them, I'd have done the same. So finally, I gave in. A policeman said he'd park my bike. Well, he parked it in an impound lot. It was about $200 to rent it out later that night. So I go to the emergency room, and the guy sticks a thermometer in my mouth as soon as I'm in the ambulance. And he says to his buddy, "Hey, Bo, this thermometer's broken." And so they get another thermometer. It was broken too. Because they said, "Your temperature is 93 degrees."
I was like, whoa. And I said, well, is this a blood sugar thing? He says, no, we did a stick or whatever that is for blood sugar. Your blood sugar's fine, and we don't understand what's going on with you. We don't usually get much hypothermia in this part in April in Texas, because it was about a 75 or 80 degree day. Going a little faster now. We'll see if this works. So I go in there into the emergency room. They do a whole bunch of tests, and my sodium's low, my body temperature's low. That's really all that's wrong with me. Blood pressure's fine. Everything else is fine. And I felt, after they gave me something to eat, because I was basically starving, I was fine. And I finally talked them into letting me go. They wanted me to stay all night, but I didn't. Had to take a taxi to the police station. Thank God taxis are cheap in Abilene. Find out where they put my bike, impound lot. Had to go over there. Fortunately, I carry it. Had to stop at a teller machine and pull out $300 because they wanted. The guy first said something like 203 and 74 cents. I said, "Would you just settle for 200?" And $10, $20 bills. He said, "Oh yeah, sure, go ahead." So that's what we did. My bike was banged up. I got some really good scratches on the fairing, and my rear bag protector saved the bags. Thank goodness. It trashed my mirrors, and I still hadn't fixed them. But that was a real traumatic experience. I did right. It trashed my helmet, so I kind of duct taped the shield back on and rode the rest of the way to Austin the next day. But real traumatic experience.